Hey, hey. All right. How you guys doing this morning? Bah. All right. Yeah, Alaska, if you want to email me those, I'll send you $4. Because I'm using someone else's video because it's the only one that I saw the documents on. So I was just going to do it that way. But if you have the files, that would be awesome. So what's up, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you, Anita. Pay for some transcripts. Yeah, I don't know where to get them from. I have no idea where to get them from. I don't know where all these people were getting them from. I mean, I'll buy them right now if someone's got a link. I don't know where they go. So, I have double, hold on, I have double check on. Alright. So, how are you guys doing today? I'm doing good. I'm in the middle of work, and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this done now, because YouTube Analytics said most of my people are on at noon. So I was like, all right, let's go on at noon. Yeah, but I don't know where she got them from, Anita. That's the problem. I don't know where people are buying it from. Or I would totally buy them. So Betty did a revised.
Yo, don't hit subscribe. I always try to tell them they do it every time. I tell them it's a problem, but they acting like it's fine. I'm begging them to stop, but they leave me with a like.
Totally forgot about Super Chat song. So yes, if you give a Super Chat or a member, you get the Super Chat song. Woo woo. Forgot about that. So this is what's happening. Last night, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was in the middle of doing something. I was waiting for American Horror Story to come on Hulu at like 2:30 in the morning. So I was trying to stay awake, and I saw somebody was online, and they were talking about the revised lawsuit. I did not even know that she put in the revised lawsuit already. But I'm listening to this particular creator, and I could not deal with it. I just could not deal with it. She was so dumb and had no idea what she was talking about. So I was like, yeah, no. Let me go over it tomorrow so people can, like, really understand it. The volume is weird. It's kind of scratchy. I don't know. What do you mean by scratchy? Maybe my throat's scratchy? What's wrong with the volume? Is there something wrong with the volume? Hello? Hello, hello? See, I agree with that, Robin. I absolutely agree with that. Oh, Super Chat song is scratchy. Oh, you know why? Because I have it on both. You guys are hearing it double through desktop and through the headphone. I mean, both desktop and microphone. That's why it was loud. Thank you, Sadie. Hey, Tony. Hey, Sarcastic. All right. So what's up? Welcome, members, Patreons. Most importantly, my amazing mods. So I have a question, by the way. You know, as a creator, we can guess all day long, but then I thought, you know what? Fuck it. Might as well just ask you guys. So when you guys go into a chat, and you know mods drop links, are you more apt to go into a chat when the mods are very social with you, or do you think mods shouldn't be social? Like, would you go more to a chat where the mods are like very social and always interacting with you and greet you? Is that what subs want from mods? No, Miss Robin, because I'm using her live. Social's key to me. Okay. And Zelda, I keep trying to download the movie. I can't download it on Peacock, and every time I try to load it from Bootleg, it keeps messing up. So don't think I forgot. I'm still trying to get it loaded. I like when mods are respectful and welcoming. Okay. I like when some mods are friendly but no spammy. Okay. Makes no difference. Well, you're a mod. The best mods are here. Love TM's mods too. I just like going into a chat and no mod says hi to me. Not welcoming. Doesn't matter to me as long as they allow me to express my opinion. Makes no difference. If it's real busy, they will not have time to shoot the shit. Yeah, I don't agree with that, True Texan. I guess it depends how many mods you actually have. I do appreciate when someone acknowledges my comments. Okay. Worst mod on the planet. Yeah, but Anita, I've known you long enough. I know you. And I met you personally. Has anyone else heard about being a Vicodin shortage? I don't know. I don't take Vicodin. I have 45 Percocets in my drawer if you want some. As a mod, yes. Likes when mods interact and are welcoming. Okay. Because that's how it used to be. I'm going to get to that sarcastic. That's how it used to be. In my chats, like, if I don't answer questions, the mod would answer questions. And somehow over the years, it just got lost. And I really want to get back to that. Where mods, you know, can answer questions for people or, you know, questions in chat. So, alright. So let's get into this. Hold on, I got to pull it up. Well. Now, she has this as part 1, so I don't know if she didn't get to finish. All right. And here we go. Okay, everybody knows Queen Bee's name. So to leave Andra up and block out Rebecca is ridiculous to me. Like, can you kiss QB's ass anymore? If you're going to block them, at least block both of them. Just saying. Comes now plaintiff Andrew Griffin, acting pro se in this action, brings this complaint for defamation, libel, slander, tortious inference, and prospective economic advantage, intentional infliction of emotional distress, civil conspiracy, and concert of action, negligence, and unjust enrichment against defendant Rebecca Turner, and alleges as follows. Okay. First, let me say this. Right off the bat, this is over the top. Unjust enrichment? The fuck is that even? Intentional infliction of emotional distress. I don't know. I can see that. Civil conspiracy? No, there was no conspiracy. Give me a break. Alright, this is a civil action seeking monetary and punitive relief for defamation, libel, slander, tortious, blah, blah, blah. I just repeated that. This is why I wish I had the actual papers. Let me move this. There we go. The court had subject matter jurisdiction over the subject matter and the parties here too. This is standard stuff. All right. DBA Queen Bee, DBA The Hive have been residents of Knox County and the state of Illinois now, and for 90 days, continuously and immediately preceding the state. The reason why they put that on there is just to show that the court has jurisdiction. Standard stuff. This court has personal jurisdiction over the defendant because the defendant resides in the Ninth Circuit of Knox County, Illinois. Venue is proper because of a substantial part of the events of something. Omission. Oh, I had a thing on it. Omissions giving rise to the claim occurred in this circuit because defendant resides in this circuit. All right, that's standard stuff that you put in everything. It's just standard. Venue is proper, blah, blah, blah. All right, that's all standard. Plaintiff Andrew Griffin is an individual doing business as a sole proprietor and existing under the laws of Florida with a principal place of business in Braden, Florida. Defendant Rebecca Turner is an individual residing in Galesburg, Knox County, Illinois. And the reason why I'm saying her name, because if you're going to put Andrew's name out there, then put Rebecca's name out there. Plain and simple. Don't be like kiss her ass. Griffin has dedicated the last 6 years of Griffin's life to helping victims and victims' families to bring attention to cases that have gone unsolved or bringing attention to a missing person whose whereabouts are unknown. Griffin also provides resources to those families in a variety of ways, including but not limited to flyers, posters, searching, and physically posting flyers among those activities, and raises funds for those efforts. All of that is true. How it's worded is kind of like a title. A janitor in a school could be, you could change their title to janitorial executive or janitorial, extraordinaire. I mean, you see that in titles of people's jobs all the time. So her making her job sound that much better is standard stuff that you do in a court. Really, it's standard stuff you do in life. A financial accountant sounds a lot better than a stockbroker. So you know what I mean? Prior to Griffin becoming a content creator, Griffin was a full-time volunteer community advocate and coordinator in Manatee County. Now, if that's not true, then QB's lawyer can find out. I mean, you're going to put something like that about the county. All you have to do is contact the county and find out if it's true or not. So if that's not true, she's going to burn herself. Griffin's volunteer work includes, but is not limited to, commentary, reporting, and advocating, including protests around the state of Florida and other areas around the country, bringing awareness to victims and causes. Second half of that, they can't prove. The first part of that, hey Peggy, the first part of that, all you have to do is call Manatee County, and they'll be able to know if it's true or not. During Hurricane Ian, Griffin went into flooded areas in Northport, Sarasota County, Florida, with a team to assist families and flood victims in evacuating their homes as floodwater rose. Griffin, with the assistance of others, helped 5 families and about 41 dogs and puppies evacuate the area. These families were unknown to Griffin. However, some of these activities were broadcast to Griffin's audience and are available to the general public on Griffin's YouTube channel. Okay, so she can prove that. After Hurricane Ian moved past Florida, Griffin's YouTube channel for victims in Fort Myers, Lee County, Florida, Griffin personally shopped for the food and delivered the food and other supplies to the designated food supply drop-off before getting approval as media to enter the restricted area of Fort Myers to tour the damage with other media organizations. If she got approval, I'm thinking that this is also, she has to be able to prove it, or it should be easily proven. I'm not an attorney. If I was a lawyer, that's what I would be doing. I would be contacting Manatee County. Is this true? I would be contacting whoever she needed approval from. I don't know if that's how this stuff works, but as a non-lawyer, that would be the first thing I would do. Just saying. Alright, Griffin has personally interviewed Dwayne Dog the Bounty Hunter Chapman and sold that interview to TMZ. Interesting. Another thing that is provable or not provable. Did TMZ buy an interview from Bullhorn Betty? We don't know if that's true or not. News Nation broadcasted an interview Griffin and others had with Casey Laundrie while on her Casey Laundrie's front yard. Casey Laundrie is a sister to Brian Laundrie. That was the suspected murderer of Gabby Petito. Okay, let me also say, I know that I couldn't remember what I wrote on Heel's post about Betty, and I just could not remember it. I remembered. What I wrote on her post is Betty was saying that she worked with Brian Enton. No, Betty. Standing next to somebody doesn't mean you work side by side with them. Standing side by side with someone means you standing side by side with them. I've stood side by side with Johnny Depp. We actually touched elbows when I was 18 years old. Does that mean I worked with Johnny Depp? No. Does that mean that me and Johnny Depp are dating? No. What that means is I stood in an elevator right next to Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder. And me and Johnny Depp, because the elevator was crowded, we touched elbows. That doesn't mean that we're dating. That doesn't mean that we're, working together. It just means we stood side by side. That's what I was saying about that Betty wrote on, that she said on Heels. And I worked side by side with Brian Enton. No, you didn't. You just stood next to him. Big difference. So, hold on. And Betty, you were standing in front of the front lawn of Casey. And he didn't interview you. He was mocking you. Just saying. Griffin is observed in multiple news. Has been observed in multiple news segments locally, nationally, and internationally. Griffin has been interviewed by French news organizations, European organizations, British news organizations, Spanish news organizations, and Australian news organizations. Oh my Lord. Betty. Most people that are reporting you not because they think you're intelligent, not because they think you have something to say, not because they're interested in what you have to say. They're filming you and they're talking to you because you're standing in front of someone's house screaming like a fucking lunatic. You have to understand the difference, Betty. They're recording you to clown you. They're not recording you because you're so intellectual and they need to get an interview with you. Fucking weird. Griffin's commentary, reporting, and our content has been used in multiple documentaries over the last 2 years. Please tell me what documentary she's been in. I've been in more documentaries than her. Please tell me what documentary this bitch has been in. I don't think she's been in any. I really don't. I can't remember any documentary that she was in. Griffin has appeared on or Griffin's comments have been published in local, national, international publications, including but not limited to the New York Post, New York Times, Inside Edition, 48 Hours, 48 Hours Australia, News Nation, Fox News, CNN, and smaller and local stations or enterprises. Where is the proof? Yes, I forgot Olivia's documentaries. Good call, Tony. Totally forgot about that. So, when was she in the New York Post, New York Times, Inside Edition, 48 Hours Australia, News Nation, well, she was in News Nation. I don't know about Fox News or CNN. Can someone tell me where all of these publications are? Exactly, Peggy. Where is the proof? I don't remember ever seeing her in 48 Hours Australia, 48 Hours, Inside Edition. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember seeing any of that. News Nation, yes. But that was to clown her. And I hope that QB's lawyer finds all of these and be like, can you please show the proof where you were in all this? I agree, Peggy. If all this was true, we would know. But here's the other catch to this. Here's the other thing that I'm thinking. If she is gloating, if she wants to gloat about, hold on, BHB was a buyer at the Murdoch estate sale and had 1 second clip on Netflix. Where was she going to afford the Murdoch estate? Well, me and Critical K were on Netflix too, but you don't see me adding that to my resume. I was written up in Rolling Stone. You don't see me using that on my resume. It's fucking weird. But think about this for a second, though. Like, honestly, think about this for a second. So she's gloating about all these publications she was in, all of these people that interview her, and what a public figure she is. Doesn't that eliminate her entire case? So QB was giving her the same attention. So QB was giving her the exact same attention that she was getting from all of these various news reporters, for all of this various people. So wouldn't that eliminate her entire cause? Like, it's totally different than Crime Beauty, let's say. if Crime Beauty just says, I'm just a YouTuber, I haven't really done anything, I'm not in the public, I'm not in the public eye, and here's somebody making videos about me 100 times over. I really believe her gloating in her mouth is what is going to make her lose on top of everything else. She wants to say that she's a public figure so bad, and she's in all of these things and all of these newscasts. Well, then QB has every right to talk about her, no different than all of us talking about Johnny Depp or Winona Ryder or some actor or Bette Midler. You know what I'm saying? So, Betty, you're killing your own case by bragging. You're absolutely fucking yourself with all of this. Because Betty has absolutely... No, it doesn't strengthen her case, Granny. It's the exact opposite. In my opinion, it's the exact opposite. If you're this big, and if you're this in the public, then people are going to talk about you. End of story. They're going to talk about you. It's just the way it is. Just like we talk about Amber. Just like we talk about Johnny. Just like we talk about anybody. If you're making if we talk about Brian Enton, if I do live after live after live about Brian Enton is in the public. I have every right to talk about him. He's in the public eye. So Betty is killing her case. She's absolutely, legally, she's killing it. Griffin has participated in several documentaries. Griffin is committed... Did I go backwards or is she repeating this? No, she's repeating it. Griffin has appeared in comments. Griffin has participated in several documentaries in the USA and abroad. Show me where she's been abroad. Please tell me where the fuck she's been abroad. Betty, you've never left the United States. Just stop. Griffin has committed a career to helping her community locally, which has flourished into a full-time career that requires Griffin to travel throughout the United States of America. Betty, this is where we have problems. You stated that you can't afford to go to Illinois. But here, you got a full-time career that requires you to travel all throughout the United States, covering true crime cases and providing resources sponsored by Griffin's channel to those families in need. Well, that part's very true. The resources provided by Griffin to these families include flyers, posters, banners, t-shirts, keychains, organizing searches, and some financial resources that are sponsored by Griffin's channel members and subscribers. Griffin is dedicated to giving back to those in need. Okay. Queen Bee runs... You know how I know they're talking about Queen Bee? Because she's the only one they X'd out. Queen Bee runs multiple YouTube channels and has repeatedly published defamatory statements about Griffin on those channels, allegedly. Turner has predominantly targeted Griffin over the last 20 months so that Turner could publicly condemn and shame Griffin on her channel, outlined in more detail below. Okay, now we get into the good stuff. Alright, you ready? Here we go. Amber, you guys must be dating now. On or about January 5th, 2022. Oh, you just reminded me, though. I actually played roulette and lost thousands in a matter of minutes with Lisa Marie Presley and Nicolas Cage when they were dating at the Venetian? I think it was the Venetian Hotel in Vegas. Does that mean that we're besties? No. On or about January 5th, 2022, it appears to be the first defaming video produced about Griffin. Has received 590 views since its release date. 590 views? Okay, QB's come a long way. Over the next 14 months, subsequent to Rebecca's first video, Queen Bee commentary became increasingly more aggressive towards Griffin. Okay, here's words to the wise. She is not responsible. Queen Bee is not responsible for her audience aggressiveness. She's just not. Over the next 14 months, subsequent to Rebecca's first video, Rebecca incited her audience more often and with more damaging language designed to elicit emotional responses from them in an effort for them to attack Griffin on Griffin's channel daily. Now, I disagree with that. I don't think it had, and this is just personal opinion from an outsider who does not care for Queen Bee or for, I don't care for Queen Bee or for Betty. So I'm totally an outsider on this. I agree with that, Peggy. So she makes this statement. I hope she backs it up later. I don't know if she does. I'm assuming she does, but right now it seems like she's just laying out the groundwork. I hope. Otherwise, this is pointless. So, as someone on the outside, no, I don't think she did it to attack Betty. She did it to make money. Attacking Betty made her money. And that is why she did it. Now, I don't know if that means anything in a court of law, but why Betty thinks this was a personal attack on Betty, I don't agree. Rebecca elicited help from others, including but not limited to subscribers, members, and other creators on social media platforms, including but not limited to Discord and other social media platforms like Discord, to coordinate and conspire to attack, watch, monitor, and keep under surveillance online and offline, intermediate, harass, and cause disruption. Okay, all of that sounds wonderful, Betty, but that's not reality. And I've never been in Queen Bee's Discord. But for Betty to make it out like, oh my God, Queen Bee is doing all, no, Betty, that's not the way it was. You're never going to be able to prove it because it's not the way things were. She did it to make money, yes. She did it because bashing you made money. That's a given. And I don't think there's an argument from anyone there. However, this is ridiculous. You're making this all about you, Betty. And I understand, like, a lawsuit is about that person, don't get me wrong, but you can't prove any of this. Unless you have Discord messages citing this, you can't prove this. Your word doesn't mean anything. Oh, I missed one. First video incite more audience. Let's do emotional responses for them to attack Griffin. Rebecca elicited help from others on messaging type of apps, including but not limited to phone, text messaging, messenger, signal. Again, she can't prove this. She needs to be able to prove it. And she can't. Rebecca elicited help from others on messaging, per monitor, harass and cause disruption to Griffin and Griffin's YouTube channel. She didn't do it for that reason. Rebecca used social media platforms, including and not limited to Discord and other social media platforms like Discord, to share inaccurate and knowingly false information about Griffin, including information about Griffin received from others that elicited what was I? To coordinate and conspire to attack, watch, surveillance, intimidate, harass, Discord and other social media platforms like Discord to share inaccurate and knowingly false information about Griffin, including information about Griffin received from others that elicited to watch, monitor, and keep under surveillance online and offline for others to use at the request of Rebecca. Okay, Queen Bee is not this important, Betty. But more importantly, you're not this important. Just saying. All right. Becky used messaging app type, including but not limited to phone, text messaging, messenger, Signal, and why does she keep repeating it? Knowingly false information about Griffin. Oh, I did that. Conspired to falsely report Griffin's YouTube channel by brigading on Twitter and encouraging others to help see Exhibit B. We finally got something. So-and-so has published numerous false and defamatory statements about Griffin, accusing Griffin of criminal activity, falsely portraying Griffin's work as a journalist. Griffin, you're not a journalist. And attempting to humiliate and damage Griffin's reputation in the eyes of Griffin's subscribers and the general public. Over the past 12 months, Rebecca has made too many false and defamatory declarations, statements to list. Oh my God, seriously? Betty, come on. It's statements like that that make her the biggest fool ever. Oh, she's just made too many. I can't name any. I just can't name any. Oh my God, Betty. A judge would be like, oh, okay, we'll take your word for it, Betty. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, we got you. The fuck out of here. Hey, Rhonda. Due to the actions of Griffin's views, compensation, and placement on the YouTube platform have been diminished. However, Rebecca has received increased views, compensation, and placement. Rebecca views for the defaming videos on June 2nd, 2023 had over 8,500 views, has received a lot of monetary compensation, and continue this campaign of harassment and defamation against Griffin. See Exhibit C and I. Betty, here's a word to the wise. You should have exhibits for every single point that you make. Otherwise, it's null and void in a courtroom. That's why case law, that's why every point they make, they refer to case law as a lawyer. Because in order for a judge to take you seriously, a judge needs to have evidence. A judge can't take your word for it. He doesn't know you. So a judge needs to look and see, oh, okay, here's the exhibit to go with it. Betty, you've never worked for a law firm. I promise you guys. Betty has never worked one foot in a law firm. Because this is standard law 101. You're not in a law firm, even as a paralegal, if you don't know this. You've never written a real motion if you don't know this. It's really like basics of law. No joke. Like first day of law school kind of shit. Due to the actions of Griffin's views, compensation, and placement on the YouTube platform have been diminished. You see, all right, hold on. I was past 30. All right. Following statements about Griffin during public live stream broadcast and or videos. Betty, you're a public figure according to you. According to you, you are a public figure. A public figure is going to get talked about. It's just the way it is. Rebecca accused Griffin of stalking, harassing, and pretending to report and troll on so Griffin could make money from inviting people. What? Becker accused Griffin of stalking, harassing, and pretending to report or troll so Griffin could make money for unwitting people. Okay. So-and-so defamed Griffin by referring to Griffin as a tragedy pimp, as Turner knowingly and falsely stated as fact that Griffin does not actually look for missing people and that Griffin only harasses communities and breaks the law. Again, there's no evidence of this. She's not attaching anything. So-and-so has stated with impurity that Griffin is exploiting victims by covering their cases on Griffin's YouTube channel, although Rebecca's channel covers the same type of cases. That is true, which Rebecca derives profit from. That is true as well. See Exhibit F. Turner has conspired on Rebecca's YouTube channels with others to take Griffin's channel out and or have Griffin's account terminated by mass reporting the channel on Twitter, which is what YouTube refers to as brigading. Becca publicly elicited help from her audience and other content creators, associates with, for the sole purpose of harassing, intimidating, keeping under surveillance, and just causing constant emotional distress to Griffin on a daily basis. Turner has elicited help from others to cause disruption to Griffin's live stream and a coordinated attack to flash mob Griffin's chat. This is the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard. Disrupt business practices and show production. It's called the internet. Turner has elicited help from others to cause disruption to Griffin's live stream and a coordinated attack by audience assuming the screen name of blank screen or a variation of blank screen to harass Griffin. Griffin's live stream and to cause discomfort and distress to Griffin, Griffin supporters, subscribers, and members in a flash mob type of assault. Notice there's no check Exhibit A, check Exhibit B, check Exhibit C. There's none. Nothing. Betty, throwing this out there does not do you any good. Just throwing this out there means nothing. Why don't you get that? I don't get how she doesn't get that. I could say Peggy beat me up yesterday. Peggy did horrible things to me yesterday. Does it make it true just because I said it? No. Now, if I had proof, if I had video proof that Peggy beat me up, then I would submit that. Or I have, written proof that Peggy told Lula to come, beat me up. And I have written proof of that. Then I would put that in there. Other than that, there's no reason to put it in there because it's nonsense. It's total fucking nonsense. So-and-so made multiple statements about Griffin's mental state and provided statements of fact on Rebecca's channel that Griffin is mentally ill. Can't argue with that. And even called Griffin schizophrenic in an effort to further humiliate Griffin and to cause additional harm to Griffin's reputation. Okay. Betty, There's one thing that you got wrong, and that is it would only humiliate you if it's true. If you are a schizophrenic, that would be humiliation. If you're not a schizophrenic, then it's just an opinion, and who gives a flying fuck what someone says? Just saying. That's the part that you got wrong, that you completely got wrong. So are you diagnosed schizophrenic and that's why it's humiliating that it's out there? Because I've been called every name in the book. I laugh. Call me Pimp Daddy. It doesn't matter to me. Why? Because I know I'm not. So are you saying that someone that's so strong, you're that weak, that sticks and stones calls you a name and you can't handle it? Come on, Betty. You're really not that weak. And if you are, get off YouTube. Becca has called Griffin a LOL's cow, hogs, and other degrading names to incite our audience to maliciously attack Griffin and to further dehumanize Griffin in the eyes of the public on a daily basis and for hours at a time. See Exhibit G. Okay, at least she's got an exhibit there. Yeah, I don't remember ever hearing that either, Peggy. But she claims she's got proof on that one. Griffin has also made false statements by telling audience Griffin was paid by Molly Golightly, a former YouTube channel, to report findings on so-and-so. This is false. She got another exhibit. So-and-so stated that Griffin collects money on Griffin's YouTube channel and does not search and help in the cases covered, despite hundreds of hours of footage to the contrary. This is an attempt to deprive Griffin of income provided through Griffin's YouTube channel, to cause maximum reputational damage, and to intentionally deprive Griffin of funds needed to continue Griffin's work and efforts. Okay, Betty, here's your issue. Here is your biggest problem. You have exhibits for the dumbest shit, and you have zero exhibits for the real stuff. Because if you were able to prove the real stuff, you'd have a case. But you're putting exhibits for the dumbest shit in this whole entire thing. I don't even understand why, but this is some of the dumbest shit I've ever read. Alright. Now we go back. Come on. Alright, we're at K. Rebecca stated on Rebecca's channel, Griffin had sexual intercourse with a YouTuber by the name of Jimmy Williams, aka Dolly Vision. Further stated that Griffin had sexual intercourse with another YouTuber by the name of JLR. I have collaborated with both creators as well as many other creators over the last 2 years, both male and female. Okay, Betty, we all know that you slept with Dolly, and we all know you slept with JLR. We've been all told that. So I'm sorry that you deny that, but yeah, I kind of think you did sleep with both. Just saying. And I actually heard from someone that you did sleep with both. So that's not defamatory. Cover your ears, PJ, if you're still in here. I have collaborated both. This may jeopardize future business opportunities and or work assignments with future collaboration and or collaborators, especially if that individual is male, intentionally, willfully, and with malice, aforethought, defamed Griffin. Okay. Andra, no offense to you. All right? No offense to you. But I don't see men lining up to sleep with you. So I just don't see why you would have a future problem collabing with a man. Because no offense, but I don't think they're lining up to sleep with you. Just saying. Or afraid like you're going to rape him or something. This may jeopardize future business, especially though malintentionally, willfully, and with malice, and aforethought defamed Griffin in an effort to humiliate, dehumanize, embarrass, and cause great harm to Griffin's reputation and harm to Griffin financially, personally, and professionally. Again, there's no proof. Further in this video, stated that there were 10 locals at Leilani Simon's house, like this judge knows who Leilani Simon is, until Griffin, Dolly Vision, Molly Golightly arrived in Chatham County. Why didn't you add in everyone else that was in Chatham County? That is false. There were several local people and a lot of media in front of the home when Griffin arrived. That is not true. This video received 9,528 views. It is believed Rebecca did this solely for the purpose of inciting Rebecca's audience to attack Griffin publicly. Again, this has nothing to do with you, Betty. I hate when Betty makes me stick up for people that I do not like. Betty, Queen Bee did not do this to attack you. Queen Bee did this to fill her own pockets. So I don't know in a court of law which one is better or which one is worse. But yeah, this wasn't about you, Betty. She's not out to get you, Betty. Well, Griffin was live streaming in front of Leilani Simon's home, located in Georgia, you should have put exact, with other media and other individuals unknown to Griffin. Rebecca actively encouraged audience to call the Chatham County Police Department on Griffin. That part is true. Chatham County Police Department received over 50 calls from people not even in the state of Georgia. This was to intentionally cause conflict with Griffin and the local law enforcement personnel. I agree with that too. All such calls were unfounded and caused law enforcement to redirect resources to speak with Griffin and others versus looking for the whereabouts of Quentin Simon. I can't argue with that. A 20-month-old allegedly murdered by his mother, Leilani Simon, and Quentin Simon's whereabouts were unknown at the time. Rebecca received monetary and other compensations for this conduct, including inflated view at Griffin's expense and detriment. I can't argue with that. She is right. Rebecca has posted that Griffin will need bail money and that Griffin is going to jail. Griffin has also researched and followed the laws when covering a case. Rebecca has further stated multiple times Griffin should be in jail. Rebecca made an attempt to have Griffin arrested despite Griffin committing no crime. Where is the proof? Where is the proof? Show me the proof. I can't believe all of this and there's no proof. Let me just state, this lawsuit is no better than the first one. Because she's still only showing the first one. The meaningless stuff. In Betty's mind, Betty really believes that the judge is going to be like, wow, Betty, you've had it so hard. I don't need proof. You just look so reliable and so trustworthy that I don't need the proof, Betty. Queen Bee, you're a horrible human being. You lose. $150,000 goes to Betty. Come on, Betty, wake the fuck up. That's not the way the shit works. Post that Griffin... Oh, I did that. What are we on? Rebecca repeatedly referred to Griffin as Strangler Betty and Battery Betty and other defaming statements in an effort to devalue Griffin in the eyes of the public. No, Betty, that's kind of your record. Just saying. And QB was not the first to call you Battery Betty. Just saying. I think Burnt Toast was, actually. Wasn't it Burnt Toast that came up with that name? Subscribers and members. Yeah, she's trying to give Queen Bee credit for something Burnt Toast came up with. That was Burnt Toast's great name. Not Betty's. The proof comes with evidence. No, Nikki, because she has the proof in some of the others. She's showing exhibit pieces on other pages, on other points, but she's not showing it on all of them. So it's one or the other. You're either showing the proof here or you're not showing the proof at all. You see what I'm saying? And the judge needs to have the actual proof when you go for the evidentiary hearing. The judge needs it in front of him. That's why you put it on the motion, and then when you go to court, you back it all up. This YouTube channel to force Griffin off the YouTube platform and cause financial, personal, and reputational harm to Griffin. I'm sorry, Queen Bee doesn't have this much power. This conduct has also caused the infliction of emotional distress as Griffin has invested vast amounts of time, effort, and a heavy financial burden to build a creative and successful YouTube channel. Rebecca has profited off Griffin by airing and disseminating lawful and defaming content. Rebecca has publicly acknowledged, declared multiple times on several different dates on multiple live streams that Rebecca is targeting Griffin and wants Griffin off of YouTube and Griffin's YouTube channel terminated. Rebecca has conspired with others to target Griffin, even though Griffin was unaware of Rebecca's existence, nor had any intention with Rebecca prior to interaction with Rebecca prior to this unprovoked harassment. Also see Exhibit 1. On or about March 23rd, Griffin became aware of Rebecca's making defamatory videos about Griffin, and Griffin was mortified. When Griffin reviewed the content on Rebecca's YouTube channel, Griffin was left humiliated and helpless. She didn't know what to do. She went and cried every day. Griffin tried publicly to get this conduct to stop, but the more Griffin tried to stop this, the worse the conduct got. Griffin publicly threatened legal action, and Rebecca mocked Griffin for continually making defamatory content day after day after day, hours on end. It never ended. Griffin was living in a nightmare Griffin could not get out of. Finally, in April of 2023, Griffin had enough. She had enough and sent a cease and desist to Rebecca, but to no avail. The outrageous and egregious behavior continued and continued and continued, and it escalated. Oh, this is going to get fun. This really reads like a book. On or about. I don't know why my voice is going. Hold on. I'm dying. On or about October 22nd through November 22nd, 30-day period, Rebecca stated on multiple live streams, Griffin produced and used them as her own content, depriving Griffin of those views and compensation while unlawfully airing Griffin's content in real time. Rebecca stated Rebecca was unconcerned about airing Griffin's content because Rebecca was going to privatize the live stream so Griffin would be unable to place a copyright strike on Rebecca's channel. Betty, you could have joined a membership in Strucker. Just saying. Or Like, here's the other thing, though. Even if you struck her, it wouldn't have meant anything. It absolutely wouldn't have meant anything, even if you did strike her. Because you weren't taking her to court for that. Rebecca displayed on her channel before and after renderings of Griffin's subscribers count, celebrated, and was elated on Rebecca's live streams that Griffin was losing subscribers and money. Rebecca stated multiple times to Rebecca's audience to keep going and not stop because they were making progress against Griffin. I know, right, Tootie? Actively, willfully, maliciously, and with intent to cause Betty financial hardship, personal and professional damage to Griffin. Boo-hoo-hoo. Since the onset of this targeted campaign against Griffin's subscriber numbers have barely moved. Barely moved! Don't worry, Betty. I sat at 21 and change for like a year. I finally moved to 22, and I'm almost at 22.1. It is well documented that Rebecca went and or helped fund Aileen, one of QB's subscribers, that Rebecca supported, encouraged, and or enticed to come and or stay in Chatham County, Georgia, just to interfere with business being conducted by Griffin, resulting in Griffin being assaulted by Aileen when Aileen hit Griffin's nose with Aileen's cell phone. Did you guys hear that? Let me repeat that. This is bad. This is big. I'm joking. It is well documented. Well documented. But there's no exhibit to show that Betty helped fund Aileen, one of Rebecca's ex-subscribers. At the time of this writing, she was an ex-subscriber that Rebecca supported, encouraged, and or enticed to come and or stay in Chatham County, Georgia, to interfere with business, the big business that Griffin was trying to do. And instead, she got assaulted by Aileen. Aileen popped her in the motherfucking nose with Aileen's cell phone. Now, let me back up here for a second. One, Betty was never fucking hitting the cell phone by Aileen. That's first of all. Second of all, there is not a lot of proof of that. Now, this is where I realized the person I was listening to is a complete fucking moron. There's key words in this that need to be taken away. She is not saying that Rebecca sent Betty there. That's not how this reads. This reads that either and or are big in this, that she helped fund her, which she did. She was dropping her PayPal over and over and over. That she did do. She did encourage Aileen to stay there. That she did. Did she have Aileen drive down there? No, she absolutely did not. But the person I was listening to left out the eithers and the ors, and that's why I was like, I can't listen to this. I got to do this myself. So yeah, she's not saying that she sent her down there. She's saying it's possible, but that she did entace people to go down, for Aileen to stay down there. And that's absolutely true. Although no arrest took place, Griffin possesses the incident report of the altercation. Where's the exhibit? I want to see exhibits, damn it. This caused additional emotional distress and shows his honorable court the lengths that Rebecca is willing to go to cause harm to Griffin. Hey, Chrissy, it's all about causing harm to Griffin. She can't handle it. She just can't handle it. Betty, you're so weak. You can't handle it. Rebecca has openly and publicly acknowledged, declared on Rebecca's live stream. Did I go too far? Alright, acknowledged, declared on live stream, on Rebecca's live stream broadcast. Alright, that's a big run-on sentence. Has openly and publicly declared, acknowledged on Rebecca's live stream, broadcasted on Rebecca's YouTube channel. Okay, Betty, YouTube channel, live stream are the same thing, just saying. That Rebecca reached out to a victim's family and discussed Griffin in a negative light and unprovoked while that family was still grieving the loss of their loved ones. I have an issue with this. I heard this too last night. Did this with malice and to cause reputational harm to Griffin when Rebecca reached out to Ethan Chapin's family to let them know Griffin used a video from Ethan's memorial site. Is this true? Like, please tell me, guys, is this true? Because if this is true, this is fucking disgusting on Queen Bee's part. But I have never heard that before, so I don't know if this is true or not. Noelle, everyone knows her name. It was on her GoFundMe that she raised, $20,000. And it's funny that Andrew's name, I'm referring to her as Griffin, is not blocked out. But Rebecca's is. No. As an outsider, I'm fair as fair. I'm not going to dox one and leave the other one. Okay, we're going to hide them. No. You either block both or don't block either. But did Queen Bee really reach out to Ethan's family to bitch about Betty using a video? Please tell me that's not true. That's what I'm saying, Kendra. Please tell me that's not true. If anyone can confirm or deny that, because that's sick. I mean, that's truly fucking sick if she did. And I don't doubt she did. Something like that, though, I want proof of. But that is fucking disgusting if she did. It is her style, Tony. That's what I'm saying, Peggy. I just need proof of that. Nicole B., do you know? Of course, Robin. That's why I'm ignoring it. But yeah, I don't see why she would put that in there because it does sound like something QB would do. But that's fucking gross. And Betty's such a liar. I don't know if she just added that in there or if there's actual proof of that. But Robin, if Betty has proof of that, please send it to me. Because that is fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So Rebecca had no knowledge. And this part is very, very true. QB is posting links. Oh. Apparently Betty has a mountain of that. But, I mean, do you guys agree with me that if Queen Bee did that, that's way too far? Way too far. And that's fucking gross. Ethan's family cares about their son. They don't give a shit about what Betty's doing on YouTube. Give me a fucking break. So Rebecca had no knowledge whether the family provided permission or if there was a release. Absolutely agree with that. Rebecca didn't know if Betty had permission. Remember, Betty and Olivia were in touch with the Gonsalves family. So it wouldn't surprise me if Betty asked permission. So Betty has no knowledge if there was a release, nor Rebecca had no knowledge if there was a release, nor was it any of Rebecca's business to interfere. 100% agree with that. Rebecca only cared about attacking Griffin and not the emotional state of the Chapin family. 150%. 150%. Joy, it is believable. I 100% agree with that. But I just want proof. That's some heavy accusation. I just want proof. QB has discussed openly. I am reading it like a book. QB has discussed openly and publicly, acknowledged, declared. Hold on. Live stream broadcasted. Oh, wait. This is the same thing? Broadcasted on Rebecca's YouTube channel that Rebecca reached out to suspects alleging Griffin was threatening and harassing them. This could have. She's going to do wrong English here. This could have caused great bodily harm to Betty. Andrew maintains that Andrew did not threaten anyone or break the law. This is 100% supported by Chatham County Police Department incident report. Rebecca made unsolicited contact with the family of Quentin Simon, an innocent 20-month-old baby boy who was murdered by his own mom, Leilani Simon. His own fucking mother. His own mother. What mother kills their own child? Disgusting. Disgusting. Although Griffin never, and she never threatened the family, ever. She never called the family. She never instructed the family to call law enforcement to report Griffin's threats. Oh, I'm sorry. Rebecca called the family and instructed the family, because Queen Bee is the queen, to call law enforcement to report Griffin's threats. And then the family did. Griffin is in possession of the incident report provided by the Chatham County Police Department from a public records request. That's right, guys. Public records request. That is Exhibit K. Rebecca encouraged a fellow panel member, Angela, aka Voices for the Voiceless, who at the time was a daily guest on the live stream, to make, where am I? Encourage Angela, who's a daily guest on the live stream, to make and or distribute a binder. She had a fucking binder, people, that purportedly displays Griffin's alleged criminal history. A binder. She's got a binder. Only to give Betty's history. Based upon public declaration by Rebecca on Rebecca's YouTube channel during multiple and different live streams, it is distributed to the police departments. It is distributed to the sheriff's departments, and it has been put out there everywhere that Griffin is covering a case. And this is done in an effort to humiliate Griffin and prevent Griffin from acquiring certain interviews that may have otherwise been provided. Griffin further states that Rebecca is well aware of the charges that Rebecca and Rebecca Associates distributed were unfounded, dropped, and or dismissed through the process. However, that did not stop her from instructing. You hear that? Instructing. Queen Bee is the shit. Queen Bee is the queen because she instructs people and they listen. She instructs people and eliciting help from others to distribute defaming material in an effort to cause Griffin financial, professional, reputational, and personal harm. How dare she? The intentional, willful, and malicious actions of Rebecca have caused irreparable harm to Griffin's finances and reputation, both personally and professionally. These defaming videos where am I? And post will never, ever be removed from the internet. This will be a burden Griffin will have to deal with Griffin's entire life. Entire life, people. That's a long way to go. Moving forward on YouTube and other social media platforms and into the abyss. They'll never be done. Ever. This will never be reversed. Ever. And may cost Griffin future business dealings. Because Griffin has sold content for profit. Or provided photographers and or videographers to other organizations within the United States. And globally. That's right. You guys heard me. Globally. This is going to stop her. Queen Bee, you are so motherfucking important that you are stopping Betty from making profit internationally. Internationally. If Griffin ever wants to change jobs, if Griffin ever wants to change jobs or occupations in the future, Griffin will forever have to deal with the results of this unprovoked attack. Griffin affirms Griffin does not know these people. She does not know these people. Now has engaged with these people to elicit this conduct, attack, and unlawful malicious actions from Rebecca in this matter, other than to defend Griffin against this unfathomable attack by Rebecca. Unfucking fathomable, people. Rebecca became known to Griffin during the Quentin Simon case between October and November of 2022. A whole month, people. One whole month. Due to the content theft of Griffin's live stream broadcast. Now we got theft coming in. Alright? We got theft. Rebecca illegally aired on Rebecca's YouTube channel. Since Griffin usually does not pay attention to other creators or what those creators' opinions are of Griffin, after that case, it was out of sight, out of mind. I got nothing to do with them, don't care about them. However, someone unknown to Griffin, hey Yarn, someone unknown to Griffin notified Griffin that a creator, oh boy, Betty's secret spy, who was later identified as Rebecca, was going after Griffin, and Rebecca had declared publicly that Rebecca was going to remove Griffin from the YouTube platform. I'm going to guess that might be Heels. Is that possible? Or maybe it was Rebecca? I don't know. I don't know why it's blocked out. It's got to be Rebecca. She blocks out everything, Rebecca. On or about March 2023, this information was brought to Griffin's attention. Griffin spent days researching who Rebecca was in an effort for Griffin to defend Griffin against these unfathomable attacks by Rebecca. This was not to be malicious, nor had any intent to be malicious. And this is a hurt, scorned woman. She is scorned. On April 4th, 2023, Griffin had enough. She mailed by certified mail and with return receipt request a cease and desist letter to Rebecca to cease unlawful conduct. Rebecca willfully and intentionally avoided receipt of this letter, and it was ultimately returned to Griffin. Did I miss something? Oh, undelivered after multiple attempts by the United States Post Office. Multiple attempts, people. That means the mailman went there multiple times. Griffin then emailed a copy of cease and desist letter, because you can do that in Illinois, to Rebecca. The email was known to Griffin because Rebecca sent a prior email to Griffin from the email address used, see Exhibit M. Following Rebecca's receipt of the cease and desist letter by email, Rebecca scheduled live streams for 2 consecutive days immediately following receipt to continue this hate campaign of insults, demeaning names, all directed at Griffin. Rebecca intentionally, willfully, and with a forethought failed, though. She failed to adhere to or take the letter seriously regarding Rebecca's own conduct and actions against the innocent Griffin. It seemed daily that Rebecca would produce live streams that only targeted and demeaned Griffin, and only Griffin, for hours, each and every single motherfucking day, with the exception of a few days over the course of 14 months preceding this action. 14 months! Rebecca has requested from others Griffin's home address, Exhibit N, and whereabouts. Always lurking, always watching. And for those Rebecca elicited help from, to monitor, she wanted to monitor Griffin's movements online and offline, distribute any finding of Griffin privately or publicly to Rebecca's team. I don't know what's crossed out here, but it's long. I don't know what this could possibly be, but I'm going to say it's against Andra. And then Rebecca would make a defaming post or live stream broadcast for hours and hours, defaming Griffin publicly With whatever was discovered by Rebecca's team, Rebecca elicited help from. Rebecca has a history of stalking and other similar conduct towards individuals, keeping them under her surveillance, because she is that good. She is that amazing. She is the queen of all queens. Bow down to the queen, bitches. One such event occurred recently when Aileen was in Chesapeake, Virginia, purportedly to visit a friend. Griffin is in receipt of a private text. Not so private, bitch. We all got it. Private text messages between and Aileen, directing Aileen to go to Dolly Vision's private home to disturb him. What is most shocking about these revelations is for 20 months, Rebecca has been advising Rebecca's audience Griffin was engaged in this conduct, when all along it's been Rebecca and those that Rebecca elicited help from. Yarn, I'm reading like this because it's like 90 fucking pages and I did like the first 10 normal and I was bored with myself. So that's why I'm keeping it more interesting. Griffin is a content creator with multiple platforms that leverage localism. The fuck is localism? Leverage localism. Where'd I go? I lost it. That leverage localism to bring news and entertainment services and value to customers and advertisers through its alternative media, digital, mobile media, and social media platforms. Griffin operates, programs, and provides sales and other services to multiple social media platforms and related reach to a worldwide audience and households. I think Queen Bee, you've been dethroned. I think Betty is a queen too. I think you're both queens. Bow down to the queens, people. Griffin invests vast resources, including time, her effort, her talent, her creativity, her money, and all of her lies. Okay, I threw that last one in there. And by... Alright, so now, alright. Household, Griffin, alright. And money and lies to provide Griffin's viewers and readers with high quality crime story reporting. Betty, high quality crime story reporting and Bullhorn Betty does not mesh. I'm sorry, Betty, the two do not go hand in hand at all whatsoever. Nice try, though. And to produce news stories and programs that are original to Griffin. What's fucking original? And that constitute copyrightable subject matter under the laws of the United States. Griffin is a content creator who travels the United States to provide creative and new crime stories for Griffin's audience. Rebecca is aware and had knowledge that over the last 20 months, did I go too far? Thank you, Be Real. Did I go too far? On or about became aware. On or about June 20, 2023, Rebecca became aware of the pending lawsuit by Griffin. Rebecca publicly threatened Griffin on Rebecca's YouTube channel. And this was not Rebecca's first time publicly threatening or using threatening language towards Griffin. Rebecca engaged in more defamatory conduct.
I always try to tell them, but they do it every time. I tell them there's a problem, but they acting like it's fine. I'm begging them to stop, but they leave me with a like.
Thank you again, Be Real. If anybody's enjoying this, feel free to super chat, Cash App, PayPal. All right. Threatening language towards Griffin. Rebecca engaged in more defamatory conduct and outrageous outbursts on multiple live streams on Rebecca's public YouTube channel. Public. From June 23rd to October 2023, which we're in right now, Rebecca has heard on multiple channels, speaking as a public channel guest, conversing about and/or clearing up issues with Aileen. What? With Aileen and addressing information raised in the original complaint. It is upon information and belief. Thank you, Rhonda. It is upon information and belief Aileen is not the only one, thank you, Kumi, who has addressed Rebecca. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. It is upon information and belief Aileen is not the only one Rebecca has addressed in connection to this issue, to this action. Uh-oh. Queen Bee, you in trouble now. Because Betty is upon information and belief. Not proof, just belief. You be in trouble now, Bee. Upon information and belief, after the initiation of this lawsuit, Rebecca initiated several PayPal fundraising campaigns, raising funds for these proceedings and actions that are before this honorable court.
Hit subscribe. I always try to tell them, but they do it every time. I tell them there's a problem, but they acting like it's fine. I'm begging them to stop, but they leave me with a like.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, that she is raised before this honorable court. During these fundraising campaigns, Rebecca willfully, maliciously, intentionally, and with reckless disregard for Griffin, misrepresented this lawsuit to her audience, the public, and other content creators. What'd you do, Queen Bee?
Yo, don't hit subscribe. I always try to tell them, but they do it every time. I tell them there's a problem, but they acting like it's fine. I'm begging them to stop, but they leave me with a like.
Queen Bee in trouble. Other Rebecca, I guess it's others, Rebecca elicited for financial help, shared her campaigns publicly and privately. Oh my God, people, did you share this PayPal? If you shared, you're mentioned in the lawsuit and you're going to jail. This was another attempt for Rebecca to defame Griffin for profit. What? What? How, Betty, please tell me how one coincides with the other. Please tell me how I'll use burnt toast, for example. Burnt toast sharing a link defames you? Make it make sense, please. Yeah, that one's way out of left field. This was another attempt. All right, it is estimated that Rebecca received about $20,000. $20,000! But the amount was over and above $10,000. These campaigns are no longer available and the URLs are no longer active. What in the fuck does this have to do with you, Betty? If Queen Bee wants to stand on her head and strip all day and spit wooden nickels while she's naked and makes $100,000 doing so, that ain't none of your fucking business. It's public, so we could discuss it. But to bring this into a courtroom, how she makes money is not your problem. And it's not a judge's problem. Now, what I will say, and I mean this wholeheartedly, Betty, she raised that much money not because people love her, it's because they don't like you. So don't think that she did this or that she raised money or she didn't know what she was doing because so many people love her. No, Betty, it's because they don't like you. And that's why they donated. And I've heard that from a lot of people. Some people donated, they don't even like QB, but they just dislike you more. Someone probably be able to raise money for me like that too, Betty. Nothing personal. I have more haters than likers. Well, maybe not anymore, but 2 years ago, if I was to sue someone, person I was suing would have been able to raise shitloads of money. So, good thing I didn't. Right, Kendra? I've heard that from a lot of people. They donate. They don't even like Queen Bee. But they don't want to see Betty get away with it. All right. Upon information and belief, what information? After the initiation of this lawsuit, Rebecca started engaging potential witnesses publicly and privately to craft their statements and what they, whomever Rebecca was conversing with, might say in a court proceeding. What? Okay, Betty. Okay. Upon information and belief, after the initiation of this lawsuit, it appears thumbnails on Rebecca's channel were changed. Certain videos were no longer available, and many of the content creators Rebecca relied upon and Rebecca elicited help from started removing certain damaging content from their respective channels. But those deletions were not removed because of Griffin. It was content Rebecca made admissions on. I don't even know what that statement means. I'm sorry, I just don't. Oh, I know what she means. Okay. So what she means, I had to read that twice. So all the bad stuff that Rebecca said, Griffin can't prove because Rebecca hid it. So everything that Rebecca said that Betty is trying to show that Betty is suing her for defamation for, she can't because she has no proof because those are on those videos. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, took me a minute. It's early. I'm tired. It's not early, but I'm tired. Upon information and belief, after the initiation of the lawsuit, Rebecca has engaged in practices that intimidated others to continue Rebecca's elicited campaign of targeted harassment and other outrageous behavior, as detailed above, against Griffin. But, Your Honor, I have no proof. Those who refuse Rebecca and individuals Rebecca elicits to help would then engage in the same style targeted harassment and intimidation against those creators. One such person, Jane Doe, aka Deets on the Streets. Deets, you got a headline here. You're in it. Closed her account as a direct result of those attacks. However, as of this filing, the account is active and all prior videos were removed from public view. Unbeknownst to Griffin, another content creator, aka Jane Doe, aka Bash, was publicly attacked in a similar fashion after Rebecca coordinated, encouraged, knowingly, and or elicited the help of Bash to come to Kingsport, Tennessee, where Griffin was located, to participate in a search for a missing woman. A missing woman. Layla Santinello, on or about September 17th. By the way, that would have been my 25th wedding anniversary. September 17th, 1995, just saying. The search for Layla Santinello went very well. It did? Did you find her? There were no issues or problems encountered. When Bash was required to report her findings to Rebecca and others by phone, Bash was honest and said pleasant things about Griffin. This incited Rebecca and Rebecca's audience, which Rebecca has in the past elicited help from, as well as from other creators, to target Bash. Bash did not close her channel, but changed the focus of her channel away from Griffin and onto new topics. Queen Bee, change your name to Scarface, because according to this motion, you are Scarface. Since the onset of this action against Rebecca, Rebecca has elicited help from other creators, such as Jane Doe, aka Burnt Toast, has on multiple occasions, not one, not two, multiple, referenced publicly on Rebecca's YouTube channel that Burnt Toast is assisting her. Burnt Toast is maintaining Rebecca's attorney's receipts and what Rebecca has paid her attorney. But, more importantly, Rebecca has elicited the help of Burnt Toast to continue Rebecca's campaign of harassment, intimidation against Griffin. Rebecca has distributed the court documents behind the scenes to the individuals Rebecca originally elicited for help. Then Rebecca's team, she's got a team, Scarface, Kingpin, goes to work at smearing Griffin publicly on Rebecca's behalf. Otherwise, what good purpose does Rebecca have for distributing these documents to those very channels that Rebecca previously elicited help from and knows will produce defaming content about Griffin? Unless... Did I go too far? Unless referenced publicly on... No, I did that. Otherwise, what good purpose do they have distributing elicited help from knows will produce and defaming content about Griffin unless Rebecca, ooh, the plot thickens. Rebecca has a hidden agenda or another ulterior motive. What could that be? Ooh, Scarface has a hidden agenda. Burnt Toast also started harassing. Dolly Vision with a taunting post that Griffin and Dolly's private conversation. Messages would be requested through Discovery and broadcast on the YouTube platform for all to see. This could be construed as intimidating a witness. Intimidating a witness! Why else would Burnt Toast be so heavily involved in the outcome of this action if not for the coordination between Rebecca and Burnt Toast, which supports Griffin's claims, including but not limited to civil conspiracy. Well, and concert of action, as outlined herein in the subject matter of this action. Rebecca only and I mean only associates with others who are willing to attack, harass, intimidate, mock, make fun of, humiliate, and cause damage to Griffin. Rebecca has not targeted any other person in the same fashion and or manner or for the amount of time Rebecca has continued this relentless campaign against Griffin. Rebecca has not made the number of videos about any other person and or creator other than Griffin. Rebecca targeted Griffin and wants Griffin terminated from the YouTube platform. And Rebecca put action behind those threats. Oh boy. Scarface, it's getting ugly. Oh no, that's it. Where's the rest? I don't have any more. That's all she had. Is that it? Is 18 pages the end of it? That's all I got. I need more. Someone's got to send me the rest. That's all I got. Someone tell me where to get the rest. I can't believe it's all I got. I can't believe she cut it off. No. There's like another 100 pages. Yeah, I need the rest. Oh no, she did, Kendra. She did want BHB gone. She said it multiple times. In the past, though. I know I don't have them, Lulu. I gotta get them. But I didn't realize this took 2 hours. If there's like 100 more pages, yeah, we're gonna have to do it in, pieces. How does it end? I don't know. Yeah, to be continued. So I hope you guys did enjoy my dramatic reading. It'll be better next time for the second half. I didn't start that way because I didn't know how long it was. I really didn't. But if anyone can tell me where I can get my own copy, much appreciated. I don't even know where to get a copy. But I will definitely do part 2 once I get a copy. It's a cliffhanger, exactly. You have to stay tuned for part 2. You just had to come back? Woo woo. I don't do the ads. The ads are done by YouTube. Yeah, you have to do a dramatic reading with something like this. You just have to. Reading through it. I mean, honestly, it's comical. A lot of it is comical. I agree the judge is going to pull his hair out. 100% agree. I mean, all right, let me sum this up, though. Some of her points are valid. Not many. But some of her points are legit valid. There's a lot of things that QB did in here that is true. It really is true. But she makes Queen Bee sound like fucking Scarface. She makes Queen Bee sound like she's got all this power and she's making people do this and she's making people... Dude, Queen Bee doesn't have this much power. I don't even... Noelle, I don't go to court. I don't even know what court it is. I don't even know what jurisdiction it's in. That's how much I followed this. Yeah, I that's what I'm saying, Kurt... Chesley girl, I'm saying the same. I don't get it either. Yeah, Raya, it is ridiculous. I'm telling you, Queen Bee should change her name to Scarface. She is like the head mob boss, according to Betty. And according to these documents. She is the queen of all queens. That's a good one, Tony. I say the same thing, Chrisley girl. Show me where she's been on 48 hours. Show me where she's been out of the country. I said the exact same thing. But yeah, I need to get the documents. And I'll do part 2 later. I just need to get the documents. Once I get the documents, it's smooth sailing. I don't even know what county she's in. I have no idea what county she's in. I think it's Knox County, I think. That's what it said in the document. Let me see. Yeah, I'll see if I can get it. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't think she has a passport either. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to try something. See, I have no idea where you're supposed to buy them from. I have no idea where you buy them from. None at all. Now, someone said it was like $4 for this latest filing. But I really have no idea where to order them from. So if someone knows where to order them from, let me know. I don't mind paying for them. I just tell me where to get them from. I don't order other people's shit. You know what I mean? So, alright, I'm going to get off though. I'm starving. But I'm going to figure out where to get these from. Any Patreons and members know where to order them from. Get me a link and I'll order them and then I'll go live again later. But I'll be on tonight for part 2. But like I said, I just got to figure out where to get them from. Because I'm sure it's sent over basic, stuff. So, that's it. Alright, thank you guys for super chats. Reading number 2, and I'll give you a synopsis of the whole thing, of what I think of the whole thing once I read through the whole thing. Make sure to put your Netflix documentary on your resume at top. Exactly, Chris Lee. You got that right. So, again, if you guys know where for me to get these documents from, email me, message me, something. Really, really appreciate it. If someone just gives me a link of where I need to buy it from. Because I can't seem to find it. I really have no idea where to look. Like, none. So, alright. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. To be continued.